What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As promised, guys, we are going to do a video where we are going to give some positive feedback to the developers. And mainly we are going to focus on QOL changes, quality of life updates. And that's exactly what we are going to do in today's video. A couple of weeks ago, I released a different video where I asked you guys to share your opinions with me as well. So we're going to go over some of the comments. I'm going to share with you guys some of my takes on what I think would be nice to have in King Arthur Legends Rise in terms of quality of life updates. Now, there is no secret, like any other game out there, King Arthur Legends Rise is not perfect either. I feel like in terms of content is really lacking end game content, because once you're kind of like doing everything, you don't really have much to do except just farm and farm and farm. Now, we are expecting to have tomorrow clan wars and of course a new difficulty for the Forbidden Dungeon, which, to be honest, should keep us busy for a little while. Now, the main thing that I really want to focus on today, as I mentioned, is quality of life updates. They've already announced some of the changes coming to the game, which are actually pretty positive, and I'm sure they will work on more changes. Now, before we dive into that, if you guys want to put your hand on free rewards without having to download anything, just click on the link in the pinned comment or in the description down below. You can help and support my channel by clicking on the support Skratch Gaming right here, and then I'm going to be able to send you guys free rewards. You're going to have to go over to your account right here, click on your page, and you're going to find the rewards in forms of coupons that you're going to be able to redeem in the game. Now, there are a few things that are really bugging me off in terms of quality of life in a King Arthur Legends Rise. One of them is already planned to basically be fixed, is this button right here. Constantly having to click to change the hero. I really dislike it. Then, of course, talking about equipment and the way you are equipping your heroes. When you're using the auto-equip is a pretty bad system, to be honest. Not like that should necessarily be the most OP thing that we have in the game. But I'm talking about having some proper presets. So at the moment you have build 1, you have build 2. The problem that I have with this system is that once you are building your heroes and you have the gear on, if by any chance you're removing one piece of gear and you're coming back to this preset build, you're not going to find that piece of gear there. So it would be nice if it would save it, and then when you click OK to swap to the other build, it will bring back the gear that you moved, right? 2025, guys, most of the games have gear presets. Hell, even Raid Shadow Legends finally implemented one after a very long time. So I would love to see King Arthur Legends Rise doing something similar as well. Even though we don't have hundreds and hundreds of heroes, it's still very helpful, and it makes our life easier. Now, this is one of the only ways on how we can communicate with the developers, guys, okay? Because their Discord is not really ran by them. From what I understood, NETMARBLE doesn't really do Discord. So hopefully this video will get to the right people, and some of your ideas as well will basically be listened to. Now, I do want to talk about the way we are selling gear. Not the biggest fan of that either, and that's mainly because you don't have the option to sell gear after you farm a dungeon. So if we're farming a dungeon, for example, we're just not going to be able to sell the gear directly from there. And I feel like that's really bad. It's definitely something that needs to change, because it will bring you to this system right here, which is pretty tedious. The filter selection is not that great. And then having to go through pieces to just add them on is just not that fun. Plus, is instantly adding them on without even knowing what substats you have on them. So they should give you the option when you hover over them to show you what stats they have before you click on the piece and you're bringing it onto the sales list. If not, you're going to have to basically, this is good, let me just get rid of it and bring it back, you know? So there are a few small things like this that I would definitely like to see implemented. But let's go over the comments, because most of them are pretty similar with what I have in mind as well, sorry. So, starting with the very first comment right here from DJ Scoots, definitely being able to either auto-clear dungeons, story that you've already completed. If not that, at least being able to go back to the main screen and do other things while the battles are going on. So that would be an amazing feature, like background battles. The main thing is we have to do a lot of farming in the game, right? As I mentioned, once you reach the end game, the only thing left for us to do is basically farm the equipment dungeons non-stop. The drop rates are really bad as well, in my opinion, because it's almost impossible to get a very, very good piece. Yes, we do have the option to change gear stats and stuff, but I feel like it's just not enough as it is. So slightly better drop rates on the gear would be amazing, considering that we don't have an infinite inflow of stamina, right? So kind of like make the most out of it. Let me just quickly start run right here. So basically we're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about, just in case if you haven't seen that part just yet. And that's about selling the gear. The next comment: check and delete items directly from farm window. So this is something that I'm actually trying to show you right now with the run being played in the background, but we're gonna get to it in a second once the dungeon run is completed. If not, all of the bad gear will just pile up. Yes, you can go and sell all of the rare gear. You can go and sell all of the 3, 4, 5-star gear or whatever you guys want to do. But at the same time, I feel like it's much better if you have the option to select what piece of gear you want to keep from a dungeon run once you're done with it, you know. Then moving on to the next comment. Auto clear on all dungeons. Spend 95% of game time farming, and that has to cost them more than their servers. So it is true. We're just farming gear at the moment. As I mentioned, I'm sure slowly they will develop new game modes, etc., that will keep us busy. But at the same time, we need to keep in mind that we still need to farm the dungeons to get better gear, right? So if all day we need to farm gear and then have a little bit of time to play only, it's not really going to be that good. So I feel like them bringing in background battles, you know, it would be absolutely amazing. Or I feel like that's better than auto competition, to be honest. I'm fine with either one of them. Maybe they're going to introduce some tickets, like 10, 20 free tickets a day for auto competition on dungeons, campaigns, etc., and we can use them wherever we want, or each one of them can have their own category, basically, and like this, we're going to be able to burn quickly some stamina. Let's see if that's actually done. So there we go. We've done one dungeon run. From here, we cannot even see the stats on the gear. So once again, it would be nice if we can hover over the gear. We see what stats, substats they have. And if we don't like it, click on it, sell, confirm, goodbye. Get out of here. I don't want you to go straight to my inbox. This would be absolutely game-changing because it really helps us out with cleansing our gear. So this is definitely, I feel like, one of their priorities. This should be one of their priorities, hands down. Very, very important to be able to sell gear from the screen. Then, moving on to the next one. I would very much like to be able to sell or lock gear from the dungeon results screen, because gear sorting is currently annoying to do. A lot of people definitely agree with this as well. This is probably the thing that bugs me off the most in King Arthur Legends Rise. Then, moving on to the next one. One of the biggest annoyances to me is when you get an account level. It refills to the cap and doesn't go over at all. This makes me worry of using energy refills when I'm anywhere remotely close to leveling and just losing my refill. Just give the same energy, but allow it to overcap. 100%. Every single game does it. So basically, for example, let me see my level right now. Well, so I'm close to basically move on to level 90. I mean, not that close, but pretty close. So every time you level up, you're going to gain stamina. And unfortunately, if you are on full stamina, close to full stamina, you're not going to get that stamina, which really sucks. So allowing it to overflow is something that they should definitely do when you level up. Now, I understand that they don't want to let the stamina overflow while we are not playing the game. So they can do a system like they've done in Dragonair. That was an amazing, amazing thing. Basically, you have right here another option. You see all of your stamina basically piling up. And then you have like a reserve bank for stamina. When you are offline and your stamina is capped, you're going to regenerate stamina kind of like 5-to-1 ratio. And you are going to be able to accumulate some extra stamina when you are offline as well. It's not going to break the bank for anyone. It's not going to basically make your account OP as free to play if you gain a couple of 100 of stamina every single week or so. So that's definitely a thing that they should consider in doing. Absolutely amazing feature that was introduced in Dragonair a while ago. Probably you guys remember because most likely the majority of you guys played the game. Moving on to the next one, guys. So I'd love better gear management. Things like the option to bulk enhance gear, not only in bulk, but an option to enhance it all to reveal all stats for all selected pieces. I feel like this is pretty complicated. I don't really recall any games allowing you to select 5-6 pieces of gear and insta level them up. If that's what he means, maybe I got it wrong. Improved cell filters, we definitely need that. Select all but 6-star gear with all stats revealed that have no attack substats. Absolutely very important as well, because at the moment you can only select either a main stat, either a substat. You cannot select multiple ones. You don't have the option to sell everything else that doesn't have that. So that is a bit of a rip off as well. It's pretty complicated to get the filters right on most of the games. I haven't played a single game yet that has a perfect filtering system, to be honest with you guys. In Raid, I hate it, and pretty much the same in here, you know. And in the equipment view, be able to filter out any gear already equipped by other heroes. 100%. We don't want to see that. We don't want to sell that. Give us the option to tick, hide equipped gear, and something like the way Galaxy of Heroes handles mods, basically. Not very familiar with that whatsoever because I haven't tried the game, but he brings in some pretty good points in here as well. Then, hello, when you buy stamina daily on shop, you must use it immediately. I wanted to change to a pack of stamina that you can use later that can help you in events, and switch gear between champions will be nice too. So, once again, that brings me back to gear to filters. If you have filters, you're going to be able to presets, my bad, not filters. I'm dreaming of filters. So if we have this preset, right, saved as a global preset, we can basically click on a different damage dealer and instantly equip the same gear. Yes, we're paying the cost to move the gear or whatever. Anyway, it's very, very small. But we are able to basically quickly rotate the gear around, use more champions, basically diversify the teams that we are using. Because at the moment, moving all of this gear is pretty tedious, and I prefer not to do it, to be honest, right? And I know in a way this kind of like completely defines the point of, well, you need to farm gear to have enough gear for all of your heroes, but it is very helpful, and a happy customer is a happy customer at the end of the day, and these quality of life changes will just improve overall our experience when we are playing the game, which means that we are going to play the game more, we are going to be more likely to recommend the game to our friends, etc. That's why quality of life changes are really, really important in my opinion, right? With the stamina, again, I definitely think that they could basically do it like you're purchasing a refill and just add it straight right here to your inbox inventory, right? So you purchase something, bang, create that 100 stamina chest and add it here instead of adding it on top of what I already have. Like this, we're going to be able to save some stamina and preserve it for events. This is going to be very helpful for free-to-play players. Most of the games have this as an actual feature, so it would be amazing to see something like this implemented in King Arthur as well, guys. Moving on to the next one. What do we have right here? The chat situation is kind of dire. It needs to be available everywhere. Also, losing energy on level ups sucks so much. And finally, on the token book situation, I just hope it's a multiple of 3 because I hate having to run X2 and an X3. I used to hate this as well, but they've changed it. So that's actually very, very good. So he's talking about the sealed temple. When we used to do this a couple of weeks ago before they released the changes, we used to have 5 runs a day. And you had to select either a 3x run and then come back to it and select a 2x run. It was pretty tedious to go back and forward to try and just change a little thing like that. But now we have double 3x. You're out of here. So this was changed already. Absolutely amazing. Then, as he mentioned as well, losing energy on the level cap really sucks. A lot of people think this, to be honest, actually quite a lot of people. The chat, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never ever used the chat, okay? And if you're asking me, I see the button right here. Okay, my game just froze. I was gonna tell you for a second. I don't even know where I'm finding the chat, but it's right here. So you have the English channel, you have the clan channel. I've never really used it because we are using Discord for my clan, but I get it. A lot of people play on mobile. They cannot play the game and head over to Discord because the game, when you're putting the game in the background, it acts up. Sometimes it resets, so that can be pretty annoying. Plus, I have an issue on my computer, guys. I'm not sure if everybody that plays on the PC has the same issue. Every time I'm restarting my PC, I need to update their client, and 95% of the times I need to basically log in again. I'm not sure why that's the case. There's no way in hell they release an update after every time I restart my PC. Sometimes I restart it a couple of times a day, and I have to basically update their client again. Maybe it's just some form of a bug. Maybe they're doing it from a protection point of view. Maybe they need to protect some data. But it's pretty strange either way to having to download something every day to update that, and then of course having to log in every single day. Then the chat, that's the same one actually. Moving on to the next one. Update champ skills order settings to allow open with this skill ability and use skill once they don't use again the function, a function basically for it. So I've been saying this from day one. Again, it froze. Come on, game. What are you doing to me? Okay, there we go. So when you're going into a fight, guys, the way you are actually selecting the presets for the battle, it really, really sucks, especially considering how the game is being played. Sometimes, I've been saying it since day one. Sometimes maybe I want Morgana to use the A3 now, but then don't use it again, and then continue to use the A1 and A2. Sometimes I want Turin to use the A2 over the A3, right? So if I'm selecting the A2 over the A3, that means that she will never use the A3 because she's always going to have enough vigor to only use the A2. So we're definitely in a desperate need of a better skill ordering settings, presets, however you want to call them. They definitely need to find a better option. Maybe allow us to select them in a way and then give them priority as well. It is pretty hard to think about it because it's just the way the game is being played, to be honest. It's super hard to think about, well, what should I use, right? Should I use the A2 now? I have 2 vigor available. If I have 3 vigor available and I'm selecting the A2, it's still going to use the A2 over the A3. So I think it's going to be pretty hard for them to figure out a good solution to this. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm overlooking something, right? But this is definitely something that needs to be adjusted. Then, moving on to the next one. More ways to get gems, more energy, a new dungeon to farm equipment like vigor, accuracy, etc. So, I feel like if they are going to give us basically new ways on how we can farm that gear, the whole point of the forge is going to become more or less irrelevant in a way or another. Because at the moment, we're farming campaign to get pieces for the vigor set, right? Or we're farming different content to be able to get materials for a different set. Like maybe we need something for the accuracy set, right? Which is fine. We just found the regular one. But once you're going to these sets right here, you have the counter set, the vigor set. Getting these mythical materials, guys, is just so freaking hard, okay? So that means that it's very hard for us to get 5 to 6 star vigor gear, right? Yes, you can select the 4 to 5 star. You have better chances. I I mean, better. You don't have better chances, but you have more opportunities to get 5-star gear. Getting 6-star gear is extremely, extremely difficult. Not to mention that you have so many flat stat pieces, especially on the right side. Like you have the necklace, the earrings, the ring, you know, that can constantly drop flat, and it is pretty annoying. You have to farm a lot of campaign to just get these materials, especially the mythical ones, right? So having a dungeon might not be a bad idea, just for special sets, you know. I think it can definitely be pretty helpful. Then, of course, moving on to the part with the gems. Getting more gems is definitely good for us because we can get more summons. I feel like if they would make the events a bit more rewarding, some of the events are now really rewarding, to be honest with you guys. We are doing them because there isn't much to do. Seems like every time I'm clicking back to the game is freezing. So this is another thing that should not be happening. Another QOL change that needs to happen to their PC client, right? There are a lot of things, small issues like this that occur pretty often. So this event was actually pretty decent, I would say. We had actually, this was the training one, right? We had to level up heroes 200 times. I'm actually concerned about this type of events because I feel like we're going to reach a point where we just don't have any heroes to level up. At the moment, I'm not saying that all of my heroes are at max level or anything like that. I can still level up a lot of them. But I feel like we are going to reach a point where getting that done is going to be pretty hard. Like, as you guys may notice, I've leveled up commons and uncommons as well. As I've mentioned in a previous video where I've told you how to power up to gain account power, right? So let's just say I can complete 3-4 events like that. But after that, I'm not going to have any heroes to level up, which means that I just won't be able to complete the event. And it's not because I don't have resources. I just won't be able to do it because I cannot complete all of these milestones to get a mission progress done and collect the almighty reward, basically, right? They are like the monster ranking event. I know they've introduced the new shop recently, but the rewards from here are pretty underwhelming, right? Like, we're getting a few uncommon XP potions, uncommon mana orbs. Like, it's really not much, to be honest. Some gems in here, more gems would be nice. Getting some better stuff from Arena would be nice as well. I'm not really playing Arena personally. I'm sure we have some comments about Arena as well. But that is actually probably right after this one. So, Robert, improve the abnormal status immunity on Badwin, similar to Guinevere ability. Perhaps include this ability to a second epic and Lego also. Currently, Crown Crouch is so hit and miss. Really RNG. Absolutely a thing that needs to happen. Because at the moment, Guinevere is the only hero in the game that can basically ensure that you don't have RNG when you're fighting the campaign boss on a stage 10-7. Okay, so this, let's just say you're doing campaign, you don't have to do this boss every single day. But then when you are going to the Seal Temple and you're going to the Master of the Apocalypse, if you don't have Guinevere, you're just going to have to retry till the boss devours the right hero. Then you're going to be able to free the heroes, and you're going to be able to free the right hero in order to sustain your team and defeat the boss. So there's a lot of RNG in here if you don't have Guinevere. So I would 100% love to see a couple of different heroes that have the option to do what Guinevere does with this boss, okay? It's very important to don't have this frustrating RNG in a fight that is not fun whatsoever, because this is just frustrating, is wasting our precious time, okay? And yeah, I totally agree with that. Having a couple of heroes that are able to do it, except one legendary, would be amazing. Then, moving on to the next one. There also needs to be a better way source to get Lego relics. So I'm glad that this was mentioned because NETMARBLE released an announcement the other day saying that the new hard mode for the Forbidden Dungeon will give us a new shop from where we're going to be able to purchase tickets for legendary relics. I'm not saying that's the best way, considering that we do need to have endgame content that we need to farm if now we're gonna get bored, right? So if everything comes easy, heroes, relics, etc., and we're collecting everything quick, we're all gonna get super bored and we're not going to play the game. So I feel like for the longevity of the game, having a shop for one of the most endgame content is definitely the right thing to do. Now, I know some of you guys will disagree with me, especially if you haven't been able to complete the Forbidden Dungeon just yet. What I do want to advise you is basically just take it easy, take it at your own pace, have fun in the game, enjoy it. Trust me, when you're getting everything quick and easy, you're going to get bored super quick. No matter how much you think you're not going to, you're easily going to get bored of the game and drop it, right? So having basically a carrot to follow is good for the players, because that's the whole reason why we are playing games like this. Basically, I don't want to play a game that ends tomorrow, right? Because I've done everything in it. So them putting it behind some content would be nice. Now, we are getting one for free every single month. Maybe if we're getting 2 free per month, maybe introducing more relics in events would definitely solve the problem for the majority of the players. Going to full period on the relic summoning and getting one for a champ you don't own is frustrating. Yes, but getting a dupe one for a champ that you own is even more frustrating, especially when you're getting the same one 3, 4, 5 times, because that's what's been happening to me, you know. So it really, really sucks. Moving on to the next one. Change arena. One thing I would change is to put a limit on arena attempts and increase points reduction on lost battles, so no lifers can just sit there and spam arena all day. This is a system that I don't like. I don't like that you can basically play arena non-stop. Now, I know that this is helpful for some of you guys out there that enjoy playing the game mode and you just want to kill time and do something else in the game. I feel like the system is just not good as it is. I'm not a fan whatsoever of the arena. I'm not playing it. I'm literally doing 1, 2, 3 battles a day, and that's about it. I'm constantly deranking from tiers. Yes, I am missing out on rewards. I'm missing out on these memory stones. I still don't have Florentius because of it. But you know what? It's just a price that I'm willing to pay for my own sanity. So them revamping the arena system would definitely be pretty important, I would say. A lot of people are talking about arena in general. Like, I can't really recall any of my clanmates being like, oh my god, I love arena, right? Moving on to the next one, guys. And this is something that I kind of like want to touch a bit more onto it. Given that this game is farming intensive, we need to be able to obtain more stamina. Stamina is a problem in the game. Stamina, I never have stamina, I need stamina, I want more stamina. How about stamina in the market? So that's pretty much everything for the comments, guys. Now, as they've mentioned as well, we do need a lot of stamina. Having the ability to purchase a stamina from here daily as well would be great. I feel like if the game gives us around 1,000 free stamina a day would be the perfect amount, because you need to waste a lot of stamina for every single little thing in the game. So that would just keep the players engaged more. Now, I know they've mentioned already, maybe a couple of months ago, that they are working on other ways on how they can basically give us more stamina. They gave us stamina from the arena shop. They've increased the stamina that we're getting from the clan daily stuff right here, from the attendance. So they've changed this as well. It used to be 25 members, much better. So I am positive that if they get the feedback that they need to, they will adjust the things that need to be changed, basically, right? So that's a good thing. Now, talking about spenders, low spenders, there is a stamina offer. I haven't bought it yet because I was saving it for this video. Let me just quickly find it. Might be the first one that I just skipped through, basically. Yep, that's the one. So this one right here. So far, we've only had a similar offer that has such a good value in terms of stamina twice. And that was cheaper. I think it was at $3, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you were getting less stuff in the offer. But this is an offer that should appear every single week. The thing is the following. We need a lot of stamina to constantly farm gear. If the spenders do not have the option to buy stamina, they won't play the game. Okay, which means that they will hurt their own revenue and they will hurt overall they will hurt the economy of the game, because if whales don't spend money, they don't play the game anymore because they're bored, they have nothing to do, they can't buy stamina to go and farm gear, because that's basically the main thing in every single game like this. You want to have the best gear. That's the whole purpose of farming gear, till you get a perfect gear set, and you're going to be like, my god, I just hit a triple roll, a quad roll, etc. That's basically what gives you that dopamine as well, next to summoning heroes. So they definitely need to make an offer like this every single week. They need to, if they don't want to give a similar offer like this, remove summons, put more stamina. Just let players buy stamina every single week. I feel like it really hurts every game out there that doesn't do it, right? And I'm telling you that from personal experience. And this is one of the things that I've seen going around in my Discord, in my clan's Discord. A lot of people complaining that they cannot purchase stamina. Yes, this is an offer that doesn't appear very often. Maybe they will start to do these offers more often, because they know that people will actually buy them. It's actually a pretty good value for $5 for what the game actually offers you in terms of other offers as well. Another thing that is kind of like something that I would like to see it being changed is increase the amount of materials that we can actually hold in the mill and the lumberyard. I don't log in for 12 hours or so, bang, is maxed, and I'm not producing any wood and iron. And we need so much of it, especially moving on to the next levels. Look at that, I need 2 million of each to upgrade my clan castle to 16. And it's just gonna go higher and higher. Yes, I know it's something to keep us busy, something that we're gonna do as a long grind and stuff, but then you come to the forge, you need so many materials in here as well to forge here, especially 5 and 6 star. 25 piece, 25 for each material per piece. Then if you're trying to basically synthesize some of the materials that you have, it's just painful. Here you just need gold for this one, right? But if you're actually going, sorry, to the other one, my bad, to the materials, like look at the materials that I need to waste to do this. And if I want to do them into legendary, double, you know? So it's very, very costly to get this done. And I think overflowing these buildings should be fine. Increase the cap for them. And the last thing, guys, because I don't want to keep you here till tomorrow. I don't want to hear you guys say that Skratch, you're just complaining. This is not complaining, guys. It's basically giving some constructive feedback so the developers know kind of like what the community would like to see in the game. So talking about the way we are changing stats on the gear, would be nice to allow us to select one stat per piece that we don't want to change. Already we need to waste a lot of this stat change stone to get one piece of gear done, and maybe to get 1 or 2 good substats on it. And you need to basically reroll non-stop to get something good out of it if you're unlucky. So if we can select only one of the stats per piece of gear, it won't break the bank. We're still gonna farm gear, and it will be more helpful for us, guys. But that was all for the video. If you guys want to add anything else, feel free to drop it in the comments down below. As usual, guys, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I cannot wait to see the Clan Wars tomorrow. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.